Well, welcome again to Identity and Purpose course. And I am your course instructor and leader, Daisy Shotwell, prophetic life coach. Now, welcome. I believe we have, let me check my notes. We are on day 12. That's correct. We're on day 12 of the Identity and Purpose course. And it's very exciting to be able to be before you in this group coaching session. That's what it is. This is a free group coaching session that you can listen to at any time. And by the grace of God, I desire to do this every Monday until February of 2024. You would have been with me a year. So you might say, well, I'm just seeing this right now. No worries. They're very short. You can go and catch up on them and have one listen to every day. If you miss, no matter when you come on, promise me, I believe you can catch up. Even if you have to do one in the morning, one in the evening. When you do, I'll give you a certificate of completion and I'll pray over you as well in February. You can look at it as a source of kind of like a graduation. If you would like to do that, I think that would be great. Well, of course, these are short and sweet. And so let's get straight to the point. But before we do, I want to make sure that you follow me on social media. That's correct. Facebook, Daisy Shotwell, YouTube, Daisy Shotwell, and Instagram, Daisy Shotwell. Now, also, I would love for you to follow my digital media channel where I do digital broadcasting, and that would be on YouTube, KNN, Kingdom Now News, as well as follow my business channel as well. Both of these are new. And why don't you be one of the first one to subscribe to my channels? The other one is just simply Daisy Shotwell. That is correct. And then on Facebook, why don't you go? There are two pages I want you to go to. Of course, KNN, Kingdom Now News. We have a Facebook page, as well as I want you to go and join and follow my Daisy Shotwell Global. That is correct. That is part Prophetic Kingdom Solutions Global Media. That is correct. Now, with that said, I want us to get started, and also join me on Saturdays at 12 noon for KNN, and Mondays at 7 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday, if you like, as we set the week, the course for as we set the week with a time of prayer. All right, I'll get it out. Okay, so we've been looking at, this is Love is a Choice, and this is by the authors, doctors Robert Hemfelt, Frank Murnick, and Paul Meyer. Now, they also are very known psychiatrists and psychologists, and they've been part of many clinics and organizations. You can read more about them by searching on Google. Well, you can get this book where anywhere Christian books are sold, as well as there is a workbook companion as well. Here's the workbook as well that I think that would be good. You can use this in small group study. I think it should be something that should be done in every church, actually. I think so. That I would definitely suggest that. So today we're on trait number 9. After that, we have one more trait, and you might say, what we're going to do after that? Trust me, we have lots of things to do after that, because we're going to get you to your next level. You will be identified in God and with God. And then you'll be able to know purpose when you see it and walk in it. Well, today is a codependent's life is punctuated by extremes. Now, initially, I was reading the first 5 up until the 5th class, and then I started 6 and then 10. So I'm going to start at 6 and go to 9, and then next week we'll do 6 to 10, just so you can have an idea of some of the things we've been looking at. So, trait number 6 is the codependent's relationship with a spouse or significant other person is marred by damaging, unstable lack of balance between dependence and independence. Trait number 7, the codependent worries about things he or she can't change and may well try to change them. And then we have trait number 7. The codependent is a master of denial and repression. And we have trait number 8. The codependent worries about things he or she can't change and may well try to change them. And then that brings us to today. Codependence life is punctuated by extremes. Yeah, I did that on purpose to let you know, to show you that I just kind of got extreme. Well, I hope I'm healed and not codependent anymore. I don't think so. By the grace of God. All right, so today we're looking at day 12 of the Identity and Purpose course. Day 12, course number 12. This is a free course. And please share this with all of those that you know that are on your social media, and everyone could benefit. Or if they might not, you might think they might not need it, they might know someone that this would be such a blessing too. And so I want to see people healed and whole and walking in their divine destiny and hearing the voice of God. So trait number 9, I just said, is a codependent's life is punctuated by extremes. And when I saw this, the first thing that I thought about was manic depressive. And then I looked up that and found out it's also AKA, also known as bipolar disorder. And listen to this. And this really is what it is. It is a chronic mood disorder that causes intense shifts in mood, energy levels, and behavior. I've experienced this personally, I must confess, when I was a teenager, particularly, and a young person. And also, maybe that was just kind of going through the teenage thing. So I'm not sure if that was, I'm sure it was, since my father was an alcoholic. But this is the kind of situation when you are walking on eggshells. Whenever you have to be you're with someone and you can't be yourself because you're afraid that you might tick them off and they might allow that other personality to come out. We're going to talk a little more about that later. Then probably you have identified a codependent person. Think about these people that do road rages and all kinds of things. I talked about that before earlier. You know, someone goes to the local restaurant and they got cheese on their cheeseburger and they didn't ask for it, and they're getting ready to commit murder just because of that. That's a little bit extreme. Would you think so? I would think so also. So let's continue. Yes, sounds about right to me. All right, let's continue on. I want to stay with my notes so I don't go overboard. There's always something is jumping in my mind to give new insight as I'm doing this, but I promise to stay with the notes, to stay on time, to keep these short and sweet. So from the book, it says here, hoarding and spending, bankruptcy possibly repeated, rage and tenderness, love and war, life hardly ever remains on an even keel for long. So it's like you're swinging the pendulum. Ooh, ooh, up and down. You know, when we think about that, really, this is actually one of the signs of growing in the prophetic as a prophet. Until you get mature, you will swing the pendulum. You will be up and down. Why? Because God is shaping you, shaping those emotions, and they're going all kinds of ways, right? Yes, yes, yes. And the codependent may deeply fear certain authorities and snub others. What does that mean? It means that they respect some and disrespect others because I don't know. Again, there is no healthy balance, no sense of self determination. This is the main thing I want you to get seriously as you look at this and consider. We're looking at and doing a self introspection, right? We're not looking at our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our best friend, our husband, our wife. We're looking at us, because when we get us correctly, we begin to see through a different lens. We begin to see through the lens of our creator, the one that gives us identity. That is correct. The author also brought out the fact that we all have a bit of a different public and private personality. I totally agree. There are some things that I would do and say in private that I would not definitely do or say in public, right? That's only preserved for your family or close friends or someone that you can trust in with your vulnerabilities or with certain secrets. You don't have to tell everything. That's my warning time telling me my time's up. You don't have to trust. You can't trust everybody with everything. You just don't do that. Even when we look at the life of Jesus in the Bible, He had his 12, and then there were seven. Of course, he had the multitude, the 40 plus. Um, he had the multitude, and then he got the 12. They were close, and they had a specific assignments. We called them the apostles of the Lamb. And then we had the seven, getting more defined. And guess what? We had the three that were right there with Jesus in his most secret places when he was going to the mountain to pray. Uh, he said, "Come and go with me." And I believe those are the ones that he told his deep secrets to. And he let them know that I'm not the great man that you think I am. I'm hurting. I'm in pain. I need you. I need you to listen. I need you to help, And so we all are like that. But the thing about it is that codependents are extreme. They're not just being a little different in private and public, but it's like a big difference. For example, we have labeled these people as having a split personality. This is my comment. Or a kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I thought about that as well. If you don't know about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, then look it up. It's kind of like a split dual personality kind of person. There, he was having some psychological issues there. They may also have the extreme of multiple addictions or compulsions. Remember, that was our day one of the trait of a codependent. Let me go back and read that exactly. It is the codependence is driven by one or more compulsions. That is correct. Guess what? Thank you so much. It is time for our homework. So let me go to my homework page. And remember, how do you do your homework? Do you turn it in? No, absolutely not. This is between you and God, so you can be totally vulnerable for your healing. Bring your Kleenex out in case tears come and you have to blow your nose as God brings healing, because I believe that can occur in this course if you let it happen, if you want it to. Yes, that is correct. And remember, write it in your journal. I told you can go to any place and get a journal, any kind of little notebook, or you can use a digital notebook right there with your digital notes, however you want to do those clips. And guess what? For those of you who don't like to write, which I love writing, and I love also recording, you should record that also in your phone. You can do that as well as your digital audio notebook or journal. That is correct. So there is no excuse. That's the point, for you to keep up with your journal. So you are going to be self-monitoring as you look into this yourself. You will be doing this, your homework yourself. And so today we're going to look at the homework for the codependence life is punctuated by extreme. So here's your homework. I want you to think about it. Be serious about this, okay? Because nobody's looking at it but you and God, or whomever you decide to share it with. That's up to you. Now, if people at work, your friends and your family, were to describe you, would you sound like the same person? Or will you say, "Oh, this is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personality"? Be honest, because we want to get you healed. And so I want you to have think about home. How would they describe you? And then just put that on there. For existence, would your spouse describe you as hard to get along with or easygoing? And would the people at the work agree? If not, something going on, possibly. And then also, even, and I know this here hits all of us here, the church or social settings. As I'm pretty much, my church is a social setting, and people can be one way in the church. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, and all of this. But as soon as they get in that car, they're slapping their children and they doing all kinds of stuff. And you're like, and then they see the pastor come by, they smile and say, "Oh, hi, pastor. Hi, pastor." You look at the kid's face and they're like crying or all kinds of things going on. Something is going on there. But we know also children also needs to be disciplined. Also, you can't always go by that, but you get my point. And the other one, and the next question point in your journal is, I want you to write about the extremes that you see yourself. Others can see it and they can tell you, but what do you see? For example, do you hoard and you just keeping everything and not giving anything? Your hands so tight, you're not releasing. And do you spend? Do you go up and down in your, I'm going to keep this time, I'm going to give? And you just just give everything away. You have nothing left. Or do you go through a spurt where you just holding on to it? Nobody's getting anything. Well, that's the extreme. Are you going from rage, bitterness, and extreme anger, and then find yourself tender and loving? Wow. You will have people walking on eggshells with that kind of personality. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be around that kind of personality. Not for long. I don't want to be around it at all, because there's an impartation that takes place of what you hang around. So you can start your sentence like, sometimes I, mm-mm-mm, and then go to the other extreme by mm-mm-mm. We do that in teaching. That means whatever your thoughts are on that. Well, beloved, that is it for today. And I thank you for coming rather, to the Identity and Purpose course, Day 12. And I am your prophetic intercessor, Daisy Shotwell. And I also want to invite you out. You're going to see a flyer that comes on the screen in just a moment. And I want you to invite you. Would you like to get prophetic kingdom counseling, coaching, to get clarity, get right positioning, get direction from heaven, and get the peace of God and get prosperity? Not just financial prosperity, the seed for that, but also to get prosperity in your relationships, in your emotions, in your mind, in your soul. That's right. You know the foundation of everything. 3 John 2, beloved, I wish above all things that thou would prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper. So you may contact me at Linktree, Prophet Daisy Shotwell. Also, check out my services and products there as well. And I'll see you again next Monday, same time. And just stay blessed and get ready to rise up like a rapid rocket.